everyone, my name is Jerry-Lynn Burnett and I'm the Vitality Expert. I help women get healthy to transform the world through products and programs that make healthy stick. Today is day 10 of my 90 days of vitality, and I want to talk about a very important topic that affects the way we think, that affects how nervous or anxious we are, and our immune system, so how often we get sick. And that's the gut-brain connection. The gut-brain connection. It's commonly well known at this point that the way we think and how often we get nervous and our anxiety and depression can affect our stomach and our gut, so our intestines. And if you've ever felt your stomach get into knots, if you've ever felt the flow of things go a little faster when you're anxious, then you've experienced the gut-brain connection. But did you know that it goes the other way too? That things that are going on in our gut can affect our emotions, the way we think, and our immunity, so how often we get sick. Yes, and that has to do with not only the health of our gut, but the microflora that live in there. And these are the microorganisms, the bacteria that live in our gut and populate it and do some very important things for us. In fact, a recent study showed that 90% of the cells in our body are these microflora populations in our gut. That's huge. And before you freak out, they do some very important functions, like make vitamin K for us and make several varieties of B vitamins and help us digest plant matter that we can't digest on our own. So they help us get more nutrients. But they also can affect our immune system and our stress response and how we get nervous or depressed. So since we know this, it's really important to know what we can do to increase the diversity and richness of these little critters in our gut and what affects them. What are we doing that make many of us today not have the gut health that we should? Number one is the way we eat. Highly inflammatory diets can decrease the microflora and really inflame our guts, allow things in our intestines to pass into our bloodstream, and so forth. So the way we eat is a big factor. Second is the amount and exposure to stress that we have. So if we live in a highly stressful environment and we never take care of that, that too can decrease the good bacteria in our guts. And three is antibiotics. If you're like me, then you've grown up taking at least one antibiotic a year. Some of them for very real needed reasons, and that's good, but often they're for things we don't need an antibiotic for, and these wipe out the bacteria in our guts, and quite frankly, we don't eat the way we used to, so we're not repopulating those little critters with the good guys. And that leads to feelings of depression, anxiety, more inflammation, and it's just a vicious cycle. So the next time you're feeling a little worried or a little overwhelmed and thinking that you shouldn't be reacting this strongly to the stressor in front of you, then maybe it's time to focus on the critters in your gut and increasing those. And you might find you calm down, you aren't as overwhelmed, and you just have a clearer mind and clearer thinking. Can also affect your waistline. So these are really good things to do. And the first thing you can do to increase the microflora in your gut is to eat a real whole foods diet that's anti-inflammatory. I'll also suggest grain-free, legume-free for at least the first 30 days. And if you want to know exactly how to do that, visit my website at www.jerrylynnburnett.com, where I teach you exactly how to do that simply and effectively so it fits into your busy schedule. Along with that real food diet, make sure you're getting plenty of safe starches like plantains, bananas, onions, leeks, winter squash. These feed the good bacteria and help them grow and repopulate our guts. The second thing to do is to eat a diverse variety of fermented foods. Fermented foods are things like sauerkraut, kefir, kimchi, and other fermented veggies that aren't cured with vinegar, but it's just the vegetable and water, and you may see lactobacillus on the ingredients label. Making these at home would be the most ideal way, but you can buy them at most any Whole Foods these days. So just look at the ingredients label. And getting those in your diet often is going to be a really good way to increase the microflora content of your gut. Third is to reduce the stress in your life actively through meditation, through breathing, through quiet time, whatever it is that helps you do that once a week. It's going to help your health in the long run. Alright, so that's your vitality tip for today. I hope you've learned something really interesting about the gut-brain connection and how what's going on in our intestines and our gut can affect our emotions, the way we think, and the way we perform at home, in life, and at work. If you aren't subscribed to these free training tips every single day, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now so you never miss a vitality tip. If you have comments or feedback, I would love to hear them. What did you think about this? Were you aware that what's going on in our gut can affect our brain? And how does that make you feel? How does that change your perception of the way you view your vitality holistically? Leave a comment below, and I can't wait to hear from you. With that, my name is Jerry Lynn Burnett. I am the Vitality Expert, and I help women get healthy to transform the world. Bye-bye.